Khamenei's despotic rule, not US, is the real enemy of Iran. While in New York to attend the UN General Assembly last week, Iran's President Hassan Rouhani gave an interview to CNN's Christian Amanpour, during which he claimed that he does not believe that any individual in Iran is imprisoned for being a journalist. Rouhani immediately received the answer to his misleading claim from 135 Iranian journalists and editors of various news organizations who told him to stop lying. In our country, to quote, security agents regularly imprison journalists, denying them their basic rights simply for carrying out their duty to inform the public. As the head of the executive branch and as the second highest official of the land, whose responsibility includes supervising the execution of the constitution by different branches of the government, it is your duty to improve the situation of Iranian journalists, says the letter from the 135 journalists to Mr. Rouhani. In the 2014 World Press Federation Index, compiled by the international journalist rights organization Reporters Without Borders, Iran is named as one of the world's most repressive countries of the world in respect of freedom of information, ranking 173 out of 180 nations. The burning issue here is not Rouhani's obvious denial of the realities on the ground, in this case the freedom of press that he had pledged to uphold during his presidential election, but rather what makes him to twist the truth and who benefits from this daylight fabrication. The answer can be found in the role that Rouhani has assumed for himself within the despotic Islamic Republic regime, which is no more than acting as Iran's de facto foreign minister to sort out the political and economic mess that the alliance of Ali Khamenei and the Revolutionary Guard have brought upon the country by their defiance of all international norms, chief amongst them the issue of Iran's nuclear program. Acting in this role leaves Rouhani with little or no concern about facing and attempting to solve the multiples of the domestic socio-political problems that the Iranian society is suffering from. They include an economy ridden with corruption by high officials of the regime, rising unemployment and inflation despite the official figures to the contrary, the flight of hundreds of thousands of the educated elite to seek a better life in foreign countries, increasing daily harassment of Iranian women in public and at work on the issue of the restrictive Islamic hijab, continuous crackdown on the trade unionist and student organizations, numerous environmental catastrophes, to name a few. In other words, Rouhani's mission in Khamenei's political miscalculations is to mend the Islamic Republic's relations with the outside world insofar as this outside world does not criticize him and the regime about their mistreatment of the Iranians through their repressive policies. It was not therefore a surprise that when their Prime Minister of United Kingdom, Mr. David Cameron, reminded Rouhani of Islamic Republic regime's support for terrorism and abuse of human rights of the Iranian people, Rouhani slammed Cameron by saying his comments were completely unacceptable. Iran's democracy movement can only throw its support behind the Rouhani government if it regards itself as the choice of the Iranian people, however flawed the process of his election might have been, so long as he acts as the voice of the Iranian people against the police state that Khamenei and his cronies wish to impose on our motherland. Failing to act in this capacity, he would be nothing more than a subordinate of the supreme leader Ali Khamenei, whose despotic rule is the greatest enemy of Iran and the Iranians at the moment. Behruz Behboudi.